Hi, I'd like to introduce you to Iris. She's number 24 in this interactive series called Practicing with Energies. If you're new to this series or you're new to my page, hi, I'm Nicole. I'm an astral coach and an interactive artist. I specialize in guiding you so that you can learn more about your energy and the energies that you interact with. Anyone can mention energies in the comments and I will do videos dedicated to how these energies can help. And if the videos are not enough, I have sessions that are in my link in bio where I can help. So straight away she gave the cutest little analogy where she said to remember in the 60s and 50s where ladies would connect you to whoever you needed to talk to. You may not know about it, but it's in a lot of movies, and the ladies are listening when someone talks on the phone and they connect you like this. This was the normal way of talking on the phone. So she isn't the ladies, she is the connection. And when a being or energy is something, they can help you with every aspect of it. Learning how it works, learning more about how you can speak with different energies more often, how you connect, why you're not connecting if you aren't already. She says you can even ask her, instead of saying spirit, you can connect with her and say, can you please connect me to blah, blah, blah. And it's going to be a lot easier because it is not something you're just saying like, please connect me, or it's just, out of the blue. As humans, it makes it even easier when you have like a being or a feeling or a visualization to, work with. So when we're talking about something that is kind of abstract like this, you kind of think, okay, so yes, she is the energy and the connections, but how does that feel physically? So she says to think of super glue, spiritual super glue, and she can hold connections. So she can make bundles of connections or hold whatever connections you want. It could be not just one-on-one, it could be many different things. So basically, if you think that something's broken or disconnected, it doesn't have to be two that's disconnected. It can be a whole group that's disconnected. So even if you're very confused about a situation, like let's say you're watching the news and everything seems kind of like jumbled up and all over the place, you can ask energetically, feeling wise. Obviously, it can't just physically change because that is a different thing. But the way that you feel about it, and for you to start having some clarity, you can ask Iris to bundle those things. So in a sense, her energy holds on to all the energies that seem and feel separate until you are ready to make the next move or action based on how much you want to finalize it. And by it, I mean creation/healing even. She also wants to talk about the visualization of rainbow light. The most popular lights that people use in spirituality are white light and gold light. White light is to move things and push things. All lights are healing, she says. And gold light is for alchemizing things. So if something is painful, you can alchemize it to releasing and feeling less hurtful, if that makes sense. And again, healing. And with rainbow light, it is building a bridge or holding things and bundling them together. So one time, one of my friends had some tooth pain, and this is just an example. I didn't know it was her at the time, but I asked my teams if there was anyone that can help me with that, and they showed me in a meditation all the different lights. This was in the past, and the rainbow light was one of the steps, which was to hold all the things together so that they can heal better. So when people do things in spirituality and they say, oh, I fixed it, I healed it, you did, but it's the first steps. And in this case, this was holding some things together so that the healing process physically, like taking medicine and painkillers, would work quicker. And also it's like it's a good basis, basically. So sometimes spiritual healing can be a really good, like I said, basis and starting point, and holding it so that it can do the spirituality could just do what it does. Because as I repeat all the time, your body and physicality always catches up with the spiritual thoughts or visualizations or healings or anything that you do that is not tangible. It will have to catch up in physical reality. So back to Iris, she really wants people to understand this. This is why she had me share one of my experiences. She said it's incredibly important to think about this in spirituality all the time, not just for this. That when you do something with spirituality, to recognize that that is very quick and finalized only when you do the things that have to do with physical reality, which means possibly going to the doctor, having that conversation with someone, making that first move, all those things. Those are what will finalize the spiritual process that you already have put in place. So when you build that rainbow bridge, for example, to maybe a person that you had a fight with, you can even call on another version of them, if they allow you, and you can work that through so that when they come to you, it's going to be less jumbled. But it doesn't mean that you don't have to have that conversation and talk with that person. So this is kind of, like I said, it's not a thing where it's like completely done and like, phew, like that. It's not like that. She says to keep an eye out for things that feel disconnected or broken, because as everyone knows, we are all one and we just have different ways of coming together before we get to all of the full one. And this helps us find out that, because also just saying that we're all one is kind of gaslighting ourselves, because yes, it's important to understand, but there are pieces that need to come together according to whatever we're working on or whatever we're trying to work through or group together until it comes to be one. So this is something also to not gaslight yourself with as well. So keep in mind that all the things that are separate, yes, it's an illusion, but it doesn't mean that in our reality it feels that way to us. So the important part is how we feel about it, and how we get there. I usually don't share the quick tips because every single time I've talked to one of these energies in this series, they say that there is so many variations for each person. But in this case, she has one tip that I can share that will be valuable to everybody. She says when you're in one of those situations we talked about before, you can visualize, let's say it's a group of 3 people having a fight. You can visualize everyone bundled up in the rainbow light, or connected like little ribbons throughout each one, like string or ribbon or something like that, however it works for you. Whatever feels right and makes you feel like you're grouping energy together. And she wants to repeat again that this is the first step. So after that, then if you are involved in that situation, the next step is for you to start talking, and it's going to be a lot easier, but it's not going to be perfect because you still need to do the human work, and everyone needs to catch up, because yes, you put that light around them, but it doesn't mean that they are on board. That it might make it, like I said, it will be way worse, but yeah, you have to be patient with others because they have to catch up and you have to catch up in your own version. She says this applies to humans on Earth and human experiences, but if you are doing this with other beings that are not of Earth, the rules are going to be different, and that's going to vary per person and situation. And she says that we can talk more about that in a session because it's going to be tailored to you. Like and follow for more of this series, and also feel free to visit my live. This Wednesday is the live class, so be sure to register for it and ask your questions because the class is made from your questions. For some DIY kind of videos and also all the classes replays, have a look at my Patreon so that you can not miss a class or any of those videos. And hopefully I'll be able to list the new lab classes. There's one lab class up. Feel free to register for that. It will be either on Patreon in the 3rd tier or my link in bio to directly apply for it.